There was, I don't know if it's true, but I read somewhere that Lamarck, the book from Alasdair Gray, influenced the songwriting.
It didn't. I was trying to explain something to a journalist in Britain about emotional vulnerability and how if you're going to perform, you need to be vulnerable. And in Lanark, he has this metaphor of where the main character grows scales to protect himself, like scales like a lizard would have, or that work as armor. And it's a metaphor for the things that we do in our lives to protect ourselves. When we feel vulnerable, we try to protect ourselves. And I was saying that we need to shed those scales if we want to be truly strong, because you can only be strong if you accept your vulnerability.
And this is well the subject of this album?
It maybe comes up here and there. It's not like a unifying concept or anything like that, but it maybe pops up here and there.
Okay. Certain songs maybe? Stand on the Horizon, for example?
Yeah, I think that one does. Yeah, definitely. You know, you're trying to tell somebody that you're wrong is often the most difficult thing to say, especially if you're really proud or cruel.
Is this song about yourself, or?
It's about all of us.
It's a bit about yourself.
It's about everyone, everyone.
Okay. And then Fresh Strawberries, there's a line, I believe there's nothing to believe. Do you believe there's nothing to believe, or is it just a line that...
No, I do believe that. The song's about how even if you do believe that there's nothing to believe, then you still have the desire and the insatiable urge to have something to believe in. And the song's about how the conflict between your logical brain and your, I don't know, your soul, I suppose, your spiritual side, and how through the ages we've tried to explain what existence is through science or philosophy or even political structures, but there's always something that you want. They never completely satisfy. You know, there's always something beyond that, and you want something. And also, we all want an answer. You know, we all want. Life would be much easier if there was just a guidebook, a handbook, a manual that said to you, if you want to deal with this situation, this is what you do. But we don't really have one. We would turn to different places to find them. So we might turn to literature, we might turn to films, or we might turn to religion or politics. And they do act as a form of handbook, but none of them are comprehensive. They don't offer the answers to every situation.
And as you grow older, do you find more answers, or do you have more questions?
More questions, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I hope there's more questions anyway. If you've got the answer, you might as well give up.
Or maybe act on it.
Or maybe act on it. Oh, that's interesting. Why? Do you think you've got the answer?
No.
Yeah, cool.
No.
Yeah.
Do you talk about the lyrics with each other?
Yeah.
So what's the song then about, Stand on the Horizon? What happened?
Oh, well, I mean, I wasn't there when that one was written, but from what I can gather from sitting next to him in interviews, I think Alex would be better at describing that one, to be honest.
No, I think it's about a fight you have with a loved one, and then you have to say sorry because are you in a relationship now?
I don't talk about my personal life at all, and I'll draw my personal life in songwriting, of course, and the emotions that I've experienced, but I've got a rule that I never ever talk about my relationships in interviews because it keeps me sane that way.
Sorry?
It keeps me sane. Stops me being mad.
You mean mad from?
Just to keep you separate.
It keeps me. If I keep that life private, then I can enjoy it.
Yeah. And I won't ask.
But I'm happy to talk about the song, and because I think with a song, what you're trying to do is communicate something which is a universal experience, something that we all feel. And while I may have experienced that in a specific set of circumstances, I don't need to explain who the characters were in that situation to let you know through a song what it was we were feeling. And another thing, but I'm happy to talk about other things, like say in that song, there's a section about the collapse of Marsden Rock. And Marsden Rock is something that's very personal to me. It was a landmark off the coast of South Shields in the northeast of England in the North Sea. And I knew this landmark all throughout my life. And there was a huge storm and the rock collapsed in on itself and split in two. And it seemed so shocking at the time that this thing that was so familiar, that seemed indestructible, was no longer as it was. And that's what we find as we go through life as well, that when those landmarks are destroyed or altered, that's when we pause and reflect upon where we are. It's the point at which we realise who we are and what we're doing at those particular places. And yeah, those landmarks are even more powerful when they're destroyed.
Was there a landmark, a Franz Ferdinand landmark that needed to be destroyed, or that was destroyed, that made you triggered into this album?
Well, we got rid of a studio we were using in Glasgow. It was a bit of a downer.
Yeah.
Not got rid of it. We just sort of. I don't know. It wasn't really a landmark as such.
I don't know. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't know. I had a little thing which is crazy. Like I thought I'd lost one of my favourite guitars that I always play, and I was so desolate and distraught, and it made me think about everything completely differently. Like even how I would play the guitar, because it's such a familiar object, and it's maybe good to stop yourself feeling too comfortable, so that you
have you lost it?
No, I haven't. I found it again.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you write songs before you found it?
No, it was actually it was towards the end of recording. I wanted to use it on a song and I couldn't find it.
Was it under the bed?
No, it was on the shelf in a different case. It was in the wrong case. I'd put it in the wrong case. And
you were saying studio. What studio was it?
Oh no, it was just this room we were using, and it was it just had a lot of negative memories, and we didn't go
bad
back.
energy as well.
Yeah, we didn't go back to it.
Yeah.
How long did you use the studio?
To record the third album, so it seemed like about 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.